The United States once again demonstrated its military readiness by deploying airborne troops from various elite divisions using the C-17 Globemaster III strategic airlift aircraft. In a large-scale exercise that spanned several days, airborne units from the 82nd Airborne Division, the 173rd Airborne Brigade, and elements of the Rapid Reaction Corps were mobilized from both domestic and overseas bases. The drill served as a global signal of America's ability to rapidly respond to threats in multiple theaters of operation, showcasing the reach and flexibility of its air assault capabilities. The C-17 Globemaster III, the U.S. Air Force's heavy-lift workhorse, played a crucial role in the mission. With the capacity to carry more than 100 fully armed combat troops along with heavy equipment such as light armored vehicles, lightweight artillery, and logistics pallets, the aircraft is essential for rapid troop movements. In this exercise, dozens of C-17s flew in synchronized formations to support the massive airborne infiltration into pre-designated tactical drop zones. The coordinated flight patterns and timing were carefully calculated to simulate a real combat deployment. In a dramatic scene high above the drop zone, paratroopers from the 82nd Airborne Division could be seen outfitted with T-11 static line parachutes, preparing for a low-altitude jump. As the green light illuminated inside the cabin, soldiers began exiting the side and rear doors of the aircraft in a steady rhythm. Their descent formed a well-structured pattern in the sky as they floated downward with pinpoint precision. Upon landing in open terrain, they immediately organized into combat formations and began securing the area, demonstrating the unit's swift deployment capabilities under pressure. The 173rd Airborne Brigade, based in Vicenza, Italy, also played a key role in the exercise scenario. Flown into the operation area aboard C-17s, launched from Allied air bases across Europe, these troops brought with them a reputation for rapid response and extensive experience in multinational operations alongside NATO forces. Their presence added a layer of realism to the exercise, reinforcing transatlantic military cooperation in a dynamic and high-stakes environment. Support elements from the U.S. Air Force and the National Guard contributed to the operation by coordinating aerial refueling, communication support, and air traffic control. Several KC-135 and KC-46 tankers were deployed to ensure the C-17 fleet could reach distant targets without needing to land. This allowed for uninterrupted long-range deployments and essential capability for rapid global response missions. The exercise scenario focused on infiltrating enemy-controlled territory, seizing a tactical airfield, and establishing a forward operating zone. Upon landing, paratroopers immediately secured the perimeter, set up defensive positions, and began clearing the area for the arrival of ground and air logistical reinforcements. The precision and discipline required in these operations reflect months of preparation and a clear chain of command that allows for fluid execution under combat-like conditions. A commander from the Rapid Reaction Corps stated that this large-scale airborne deployment was a direct response to rising global tensions, particularly in Eastern Europe and the Middle East. He emphasized that U.S. forces must remain ready to deploy at a moment's notice, even to remote areas with limited infrastructure where conventional vehicles cannot reach. This readiness is key to deterring adversaries and reassuring allies. Inside the C-17, the atmosphere was tense, but focused in the moments leading up to the jump. Soldiers sat in tightly packed rows, wearing Kevlar helmets, body armor, and full combat gear. Some clutched M4 rifles and portable communication equipment, while others carried grenade launchers and tactical medical supplies. The hum of the engines and the rattling of the airframe only added to the anticipation of the high-intensity mission ahead. Upon landing, reconnaissance teams swiftly moved to secure strategic points such as hills and access roads leading into the objective area. Light tactical vehicles offloaded from the C-17 were immediately put to use for quick patrols and logistical movement. Within minutes, the entire drop zone was transformed into a mobile defensive outpost capable of withstanding potential enemy engagement. The speed of setup and communication underscored the effectiveness of airborne tactics in gaining early battlefield dominance. The drill also served as a platform for interoperability testing with allied forces, including troops from the United Kingdom, Germany, and Canada. A number of paratroopers from partner nations jumped from the C-17s as part of this multinational cross-border operation, which was designed to harmonize joint tactics and procedures. The success of this element of the exercise reflected deep integration among NATO forces and a shared commitment to regional stability. Aircrew technicians and ground support personnel played a vital role in ensuring that every C-17 aircraft was in optimal condition for the operation. Comprehensive checks of avionics, hydraulic systems, and propulsion units were conducted before and after each sortie to maintain safety and operational efficiency. These behind-the-scenes efforts form the backbone of any successful large-scale deployment. Each C-17 mission was executed by a seasoned crew made up of a pilot, co-pilot, loadmaster, and navigator, all of whom were trained in night tactical flying and combat-contested conditions. Some flights were performed at low altitudes to avoid radar detection and enhance the element of surprise. This combination of stealth and mobility is essential in airborne operations where timing and discretion are critical. With its impressive payload capacity and ability to operate from short, rugged runways, the C-17 remains the cornerstone of America's rapid force projection strategy. Beyond troop and equipment delivery, the aircraft is also used for medical evacuation and humanitarian aid in conflict zones. Its versatility makes it indispensable in a wide array of mission types and environments. Military analysts viewed this exercise as a strong indication of the U.S. commitment to maintaining high levels of readiness in the face of potential global conflict escalation. By deploying airborne troops from multiple divisions simultaneously, the United States reaffirmed its military posture and ability to act decisively in complex and volatile operational theaters. The exercise also included simulated joint assaults where, after the airborne forces had secured the area, air support from fighter jets and attack helicopters was called in to neutralize remaining enemy positions. The seamless integration between ground and air units proved critical to the mission's success and demonstrated the importance of joint force coordination in modern warfare. The Air Force commander overseeing the drill highlighted the importance of close collaboration between the C-17 flight crews and the paratroopers they transported. Communication drills, jump timing, coordination, and precision aerial maneuvers were all essential elements of mission success. Such synergy can only be achieved through extensive joint training and real-world simulations. Satellite imagery and drones were utilized to monitor the exercise in real time, providing the command center with valuable insight into the effectiveness of the troop deployment and the tactical responses on the ground. This layer of digital intelligence added a level of sophistication to the operation, aligning with modern warfare's increasing reliance on instant data and battlefield awareness. Logistical preparedness was another focal point of the drill, as the U.S. demonstrated its ability to sustain large-scale operations over multiple days. Thousands of gallons of fuel, hundreds of ammunition pallets, and scores of MRE, meal ready to eat, rations were deployed to support the forward operating troops. The smooth delivery and distribution of these supplies underpinned the operational endurance of the exercise. As the exercise concluded, troops returned to their respective bases, but extensive evaluations were immediately underway. Commanders began analyzing the strengths and shortcomings of each maneuver to refine tactics for future missions. These after-action reviews are essential to evolving America's expeditionary capabilities in a world where military challenges are rapidly changing. The overall success of the operation served as a clear demonstration of the U.S. military's global power projection. The combination of C-17 Globemaster III aircraft and highly trained airborne forces remains at the forefront of America's ability to rapidly respond to crises and conduct high-stakes security operations anywhere in the world. In the final tense moments before the C-17's cargo ramp opened, silence settled across the cabin. Red lights glowed above the paratroopers' heads, marking the last seconds of preparation. Jumpmasters stood by the ramp, delivering final signals and checking the static lines clipped to the overhead cable system. Soldiers stood in tight formation, feet together, hands on the lines, eyes forward, waiting for the green light that would launch them into the sky. When the light switched to green and the rear doors yawned open, a roaring blast of wind and the deafening engine noise flooded the cabin. One by one, paratroopers stepped confidently out of the aircraft, leaping into the vast expanse behind them. In moments, dozens of white parachutes bloomed in unison against the clear blue sky, creating a perfectly timed descent over a wide tactical landing zone. The movement was graceful, but every action was the product of precise calculation and months of preparation. Jumping from approximately 1,200 feet, the paratroopers had to maintain proper body posture and directional control to hit their assigned landing spots. Ground navigation briefings delivered prior to the jump were critical in ensuring accurate dispersion. Meanwhile, the C-17 continued its tactical flight pattern, maneuvering at low altitude to evade enemy radar and surface-to-air missile threats while maintaining a steady airspeed for safe jumping conditions. Several aircraft conducted nighttime jumps, during which soldiers wore night vision goggles and specialized infrared beacons on their gear to remain visible to friendly units. Against the darkness of night, the parachutes appeared as glowing orbs descending slowly to the earth. Though conditions were far more challenging, the operation remained smooth due to extensive rehearsals conducted under similar conditions. Upon landing, each soldier quickly detached their parachute, retrieved their primary weapon, and regrouped into small tactical units. The training didn't end at touchdown. They moved swiftly to rally points, established perimeter defenses, and stood ready to receive follow-on orders. With discipline and speed, America's airborne divisions once again proved their combat readiness and unmatched mobility in any global emergency.